Uh, hey, good morning and welcome. Welcome to my live stream. Here we are to fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. I'm glad that you found this live stream on Facebook. This is my morning live stream. I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends at 8 a.m. And I do this every week, every day. My nighttime show is Fight CPS, Stop Taking Our Children, and that's on at 7 p.m. every night of the week. So between the two shows, I'm on twice a day, 14 days a week. I've been doing that for 21 minutes. 21 minutes, 21 months. Pretty soon it's going to be 22. Excuse me. Uh, I was out in the water and I live at the beach. So, anyway, um, if you haven't guessed, I love surfing. I do surfing. So, surfing is a very important part of my life. But anyway, I'm on twice a day for 1 hour, and that is those times I gave to your Pacific Standard Times. Pacific Standard Times. And I'm here to help you with a thing called CPS, which I call the Child Protection System. Now, this is a live stream, which means that you can interact. Lots of things. You can text me messages. You can be a guest. You can call. You can do emojis. You know, I also have on the screen a list of who talks. Their messages are put up there so that you can see who talks in the room. And I already got a thumbs up. That's great. Thank you so much for that thumbs up. And that's from Donna. Um, Yano Sky. Yano Sky. Donna. Thank you so much, Donna. You're in here every day and gives me thumbs up. I appreciate that. I have no idea where you're from, but God bless you. Thank you. Um, I do have various people in here, and I have another woman called, I think it's Hillary, and she's from Canada. And she's been in here a long time. The other day, I haven't seen from a while, and she came in and did a emoji, which was good, And so this has lots of ways that you can, as I say, interact. One is I'm going to put the banner up there is how to text a message to me. It's kind of self-explanatory. Um, I have the word country there because I have right now 22 countries that call in. So if you're outside the United States, put your country. In the United States, you don't need to put the country because I know all the states is all USA. Also, if you have not been here before, please tell me from the beginning to the end, like to knock on the door and to where you're at. And that way um, I could understand your case. And so I can help you better. I can help you better. Now, I've had over 2,500 people call in or text in. So that's a lot of people people, and we all have something in common. We've run into a rogue CPS entity, a child protection system entity that has gone so bad and so corrupt that they take our child, even though it's in safe hands in our home, but they take our child. They break our constitutional rights. They break our civil rights because we don't know that well. And the one thing we forget to get, and let me put it another way of interacting with this live stream, you can be a guest on my live stream. And there it is on the banner. You just need to text my show producer. Great. But anyway, it's a hard thing that you're going through when you're with a rogue because they're no good. You can't navigate them very well. They have a lot of pitfalls. They retaliate. They're mean and ornery against families. They don't believe in family reunification. And even though studies have shown the best parents are the biological parents, that's why it's so important to have the parents. Now, if the parents make a mistake, we all do, they can be simply fixed with a parenting class or a program. It's not the end of the world, but the family should be able to reunify. That's the whole purpose. When the Congress in 1962 formed, or when they informed that social service was going to create a child protection system that would protect our children from neglect and abuse, they also informed them that they want to see a way of saving the family reunification, and only take the child if they're in danger. Only take them. But lately they've been taking the rogue ones, the ones that make a lot of money. It's a $1 trillion business for them, billions of dollars. And that is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So, with that being said, it is hard. To fight them, to get your children back. Mm. Ugh. Now, I have that guest thing. I can take 9 of you. All you do is email Grace. It's up on the screen. And you just pick one of my 14 shows, my Sunday show, my Saturday show, my evening. That's all you do is say evening or morning, Monday through Sunday. That's all you have to do, and you get it. You'll get it. Now I'm going to put my number up because you can call in. That's another way you can interact with this live stream. Please call me at 626-698-0990. I love to hear from you. I love to hear from you. Please call me at 626-698-0990. Okay, so we're here and we have a couple people, but no one seems to be talking. I'll leave my phone number up. Um, that way you can see that. Now, let me check to see if I can find. The saddest thing, why there's a necessity for the child protection services, is because just the other day, a 3-year-old boy in Alabama was left by a social worker for 5 or 6 hours. I don't know why. In the car with the door locked, the windows rolled up in her private driveway at her place, strapped into his seatbelt, and he died. It got to 150 degrees in the car. So that's why there's always this push. And I agree, we need CPS, but we certainly don't need the rogue ones, the bad ones. And that's the problem out there. That's the problem. Now I'm open up to topics. I have 5 rules that I've come up with, and I can talk about issues like the ICWA, the Indian Child Welfare Act of 1978, or a 388 hearing, excuse me, a 388 motion or a 160 hearing. You name it, I will talk about it. I will help you as much as I can. I will help you as much as I can to answer your questions or your concerns. I was looking for the latest articles about cases where it's really gone bad. Um, Gee, man, I gotta watch it when I don't scratch my head. But anyway, um, there are necessities when there is a case of child abuse. We need to have a system in place. I seem to be having a lot of lag. I don't know if you can hear me okay, but I'm trying to talk nice and loud here. Some days we have nobody in here, and some days we're loaded. So many people calling in, and it just varies from day to day. It's what people are doing. I want to thank all my regulars. I hope they're doing well. Some people had a case today. I pray that their case goes well. I pray their case goes well. Anyway, it's sad because when you have a boy of 3 years old that's shortchanged his life, it's sad. And that was done by a social worker. No regards to the boy's safety. Now they're trying to do a con and saying it was a contract social worker, meaning a third party, meaning the CPS, the child protection entity, was too busy, so they took out a contract group, and the group there, I guess, are trying to blame because we weren't prepared. It's wrong. CPS is in charge. You need to train your people or use appropriate social workers. You guys are corrupt out there at CPS. And I challenge any of you that talk to me on the show. I've had one CPS worker named Carol from Maryland, who was a clinical psychiatrist, and she had 6 months of training before she started doing CPS. And I just know from my experience, I had a horrible social worker. That social worker was so young and naive, knew nothing about families, wasn't even married. She's in her early 20s. No, not reason why, but all she did was think about the bonuses that agency would give her for her new Gucci purse that she always seemed to talk about. I got a new Gucci purse. That's all she was interested. She wasn't interested in the well-being of my family. And it's wrong what she did. It was terribly wrong. It was terribly wrong. Now, when you look at my 5 rules, the most important one is to get an attorney. I don't know how much I can emphasize that seems to be the number one problem everybody has, including myself. I tried to use the court appointed attorneys and it was terrible. It was terrible. Hi there, Betty Joe. Good morning. I'm glad to hear that. Betty Joe is one of not the well-being of their right for a child to take care of so they get extra money. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when the Doge gets through evaluating the Orange County social services, but I know they're investigating. They will be investigating CPS, and maybe a lot of money will be cut back because they have. When you're trying to help people, you want to be compassionate. You want to treat them how they would treat you. That's what I have as my golden rule. Treat others how you'd want to be treated. Treat others how you want to be treated. Okay. What else is new, Betty? Hey, Joe. Oh no, he is going to lose his rights. Both the mother and her brother. You know what's so hard for Betty Joe? It's an emotional upheaval for her. Her niece, who's her brother's daughter, was taken by the mother and the father to another state, Nebraska, from Montana. And they're living in a treehouse. And of course, CPS investigated and said that's not a proper way to live. And well, the treehouse probably not well made, and it probably lacked a lot of sanitary conditions and so forth. It's not one of those rich tree houses you see that are so well made. But anyway, the mother really didn't care, but her brother did care about his child to help. And at first, the child was going to be placed in Betty Joe's hands, but apparently they didn't do that. She actually drove on the road home to Montana with the child, but then the foster care people there in Nebraska said, "Oh, the child will succumb. Terrible, terrible separation from them, and so forth." All they wanted was the money. I don't know how much money they get from the government entity to take care of a child. Foster care do. I know Betty Joe is a foster care mom, but she's not. She's not in it for the money. She's in it because she cares. She has a little boy who lost his parents one Friday night. They're out driving and they were killed. And he was alone. And they tried to place him with family members, but it didn't work out. So Betty Joe, that boy came back to Betty Joe, and the boy was so nice. It used to, when the boy was with the adopted parents, the boy would call Betty Joe said, Mom, I'm home. I'm all right. Anyway, it didn't work out. And so Betty Joe did get that child and she did adopt him. So she has a little cute little boy that she's adopted and taken care of. And I want to know how they're doing, Betty Joe. How is your little boy doing? And I'm so sorry for your loss with your niece. I know how hard you've been fighting that. Anyway, I'm here because I care. I try to remember everybody and I try to help everybody, no matter what your case is. You have to be careful. Medical medical trafficking. That's where you have those social workers hang out in the hospital and lurch upon a victim and try to take their child away with some excuse. That's good to hear, Betty Joe. That's so good to hear. You're a good person. You're a good mom. And I know that small child grows up. He loves you. And that's what's so nice about a child adopting another adult. Young children are so precocious. They love people. They really do. And it's sad when families are broken apart, but sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's only temporary, but CPS thinks all the time, I want to get that child adopted into foster care. So I get my bonus. Do you know the child protection industry gets a bonus of $35,000 for every child they have adopted into foster care? That was passed not too long ago. Well, it was kind of long ago. I guess my time frame is different, but it's called the Incentive Act of 1997. Bill Clinton signed. Okay. Good morning and welcome. This is Bob Pace, the live stream. How can I help you? Hi, Loretta. Glad to talk to you again. I remember you. What do you mean send them? I mean, you wanted to talk to them, right? Right. Well, it takes about a week to schedule. It takes about a week to schedule. Let me see how long ago that you talked to me. Hold on. Let me see here. Loretta. Uh, let me go. I know you do. I know you do. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, that was on Sunday. So, yeah. It takes about a week to schedule it, Loretta. Okay. Is there anything you want to say or talk about or anything? Are you still there, Loretta? Okay, I was speaking to Loretta, and she uh, is needing an attorney to do a lawsuit, and hopefully, I can connect her with Vincent Davis. Oh, you have guardianship of your niece. Well, that's good. That's good news. Good news, Betty Joe. Oh, I hope you do, Betty Joe. I hope you do get adoption of your niece. That is good because when your brother is able to see your niece when he's clean and drug free and stuff, you'll get to see his daughter grow up, and you get to enjoy the niece. And the little boy would be good. You have the little boy and the little girl that make a nice little couple for you, Betty Joe. That is really good news. Thank you, Betty Joe, for sharing that. Now, Betty Joe, for all you don't know, she's a foster mom, and she's a real true foster mom. She's been on my show for a long time, and she's been very helpful. And I really enjoy um, having her on my show. Mm. Now we have about uh, a half an hour left of my live stream. I love to have someone come in and call. We had Loretta just call, and Let me see. I'm looking for a new topic. I did talk about, people that do have issues uh, with child things here. Um, Most of this news seems to be old. Jeez, which is a good sign, maybe. But I know that there's articles on here that maybe sooner. So I know that North Carolina had signed in a new law in June. Governor Newsom in California signs a bill back in September. It's something about foster care. I want that's interest because of a foster care mom in here. But Governor Newsom signed this new bill to crack down on parents' requirements in child abuse cases. Now, this is interesting. Well, hopefully they'll let me look at it because they always want you to pay a prescription to see something. A new law in California cracks down on accountability for protection of parenting classes that are often court ordered in child abuse and neglect cases, but have gone unregulated and have failed to keep children out of danger. Governor Newsom signed a bill back in September, which creates the first foster care justice through Meaningful Help for Parenting Act. It requires that parenting courses provided as part of the Family Preservation Service prove that these services are actually working. The bill also requires the California Department of Social Services publish and report the data for the first time. Earlier this year, a Times investigation found that the state lacked the oversight of court um, ordered parenting classes routinely required by judges as a part of a case plan when the parents seek to regain custody of their children after child protection services having increased. Although national research shows that some parenting classes can help prevent child abuse and keep deserving families together, in California, they amount to an overprescribed bureaucracy remedy which no clean track record of success. Participants in these can sway away custody rulings despite a lack of oversight and data. According to more than 20 child welfare experts who spoke in the Times, including social workers, attorneys, retired judge, parents, and providers. A trouble investigative report by the Los Angeles Times reveals that we have no factual basis for concluding that millions of dollars we spend on service to help a family reunify with their children actually helps those families. Nor do we have any factual basis for concluding that when a parent successfully completes quarter service, it's predictably safe to return a child to the parent's care. Black women organized for political action pointed out the disproportionate number of children of color in foster care systems and said a statement in support of the bill. In the case of Noah Coroto, a 4-year-old who died in 2019, both of his parents completed weeks of classes meant to make him better guardians before a judge placed them back in their custody. His mother attended a culturally relevant class held at a community resource center in Palmdale that was ranked as unable to be rated on a slate clearinghouse meant to recommend appropriate programs. His father attended classes at church led by a pastor not mentioned on the California program of clearinghouse at all. They were later charged with murder. Autopsy ruled that the boy died by suffocation and numerous injuries, including rib fractures caused by significant force that was found on a small body. It was a month before his 5th birthday. Court-ordered parenting class was also a part of family reunification plans in the horrific LA County cases, such as those of 8-year-old Gabriel Fernandez, who died in 2013, and 10-year-old Anthony Alvos, who died in 2018. In both cases, the boys were known to child protectors before their torture and murder, for which their guardians were sent to prison. Assembly Isaac of Los Angeles, who's the author borough, was once a child in the welfare system, was adopted by foster parents as a baby. California courts rely on these services to determine whether a family can safely reunify. We need to be confident that they're effective and have lasting positive impacts on both parents and children. Well, yeah, I hear what it's saying. I mean, there are bad cases out there of bad parents, but not all parents are bad. And that's what's sad. That's what's sad, because the way that the child protection system worked in my case, and around the 2,500 people, hold on one second, I'm trying to get the studio back. Okay. Do you hear me okay? I had a problem there. It looks like I started an hour early. My clock must be off. I've talked for an hour, and I'm sorry. I didn't know. No wonder I'm not having very many people in here. Um, Seems like we've had some problems with some of the rooms not working. I guess. I don't know. Well, I want to thank you all for coming in this room here. Thank you, Betty Joe, your wonderful foster mother. Good luck with your niece and trying to get her back. I really do hope that helps. I want to thank all my people now that it looks like I got a lot of people coming in. Um, um, yeah, it looks like now the rooms are connecting for whatever reason. And maybe because they're geared for it to be. I don't know why. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be issue on Facebook, and it is possible the stream was ended or deleted on Facebook. We'll try to let you know if it's resolved. Okay. Um, I don't know how I got my time mixed up. It's only 10:12. I thought it was 11. Um, Let me try to call Grace and see if she can talk to me.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges. Another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the
last ones left. Put your faith